Beginning as you wish, take a moment to just kind of settle in. You can close your eyes. Part of our practice is to move from the external world into our internal space, and then to use our breath to kind of balance that internal space. And so close your eyes, just take a moment to notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw or your neck or your shoulders or your chest or your belly or your hips or your legs or your toes. Likely you are. So we just kind of take a moment and feel and notice that, and you can try to just relax and soften into those areas, releasing any unnecessary tension. Right? And then we begin to cultivate the breath. We breathe in through the nose, we breathe out through the nose. You just want to find a rhythm. Right? Simple rhythm is healthy. Right? And most of the time we're holding our breath and we're not breathing, so just simply breathing in slowly, out slowly in a nice simple rhythm is healthy and beneficial for the body and the mind. Right? But as we begin to slow the breath down, we begin to kind of slow the mind down. We begin to tap into nervous system. Right? And we lengthen our exhalations, right? Making them nice and long, and the inhales are nice and full, and we bring in prana and oxygen and this life force energy into our bodies. And as we breathe out, again, we empty slowly and just kind of settling into our bodies and this moment. And so just a few more breaths here. Good. And maybe we practice an ujjayi breath. Right? It's a slight constriction in the back of the throat, and it makes an audible sound. You can hear the breath, and right as you breathe in, but especially as you breathe out, it's like a soft wave sound, or some people call it the Darth Vader breath. Right? So it's a constriction in the back of the throat, but as we do this, it stimulates the vagus nerve, which is part of the calming side of our nervous system. We begin to kind of tap in and can kind of calm our nervous system down. Right? And as the nervous system calms down, then our endocrine system calms down and everything calms down. So right, maybe another breath or so here, maybe practicing that ujjayi breath. Good. And then we'll begin to make our way into table. And we'll just begin with some gentle movement. And so coming onto hands and knees. You want to ground through your hands. Really take a moment, feel into the palms of the hands, knees under hips. And as you inhale, we'll lift the head and tailbone, kind of lower through the belly a bit. And then exhale as you tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, lifting up through the back. And then we'll do this a few more times. As you inhale, we're arching, opening through the front of the body. And then exhaling as you round, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, opening through the back. Right, a couple more rounds. Right, it's nice to close your eyes and come into the body, and feeling into the palms of the hands, feeling into the shoulders, the neck, the back, right, feeling into your hips, feeling into the tops of the feet even. Right, and as we do this, we're focusing our attention. It's a mental exercise where we can move our awareness into our bodies and we feel more, and in the process the mind settles and we move into these slower, calmer brainwave frequencies. Right, so maybe one more round like this. And then when you're ready, you can settle into a child's pose. Right, so taking hips back towards the heels, and forehead may rest on the ground. You might bend your elbows, maybe even bring your hands back by your feet if that feels better. Right, but we want to settle into our child's pose, and then again still cultivating the breath, right? Because what happens is when we're anxious or stressed or anything, our bodies tense up and we quit breathing, right? So we can kind of tap into this, break the cycle and change the breath, and that changes the way our bodies feel as well. So slow your breath down, make your inhales full, your exhales nice and slow. Good, one more breath here. And then with your next in-breath, we'll come up into table. And downward dog as you exhale. And then we're going to cycle through a couple of rounds of what we call Chakravarkasana. So with your next breath in, you'll bring your knees down to the ground. And you're welcome to arch as much as you like. As you exhale, you'll round back through a cat and towards your child's pose. So hips back towards the heels. And as you breathe in again, you'll rise up into your table, and you can arch as much as you like. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for your downward dog. And then a few more times. As you breathe in, the knees come down. Again, you can arch or not, but what's important here is the exhale as you round back towards your child's pose. And then as you breathe in again, you'll rise up into your table. Again, you can arch or not. And then downward dog as you exhale. Again, continue on your own. Your in-breath brings your knees down, and you can arch if you like. Rounding back towards your child's pose as you exhale. And then coming back up into your table again as you breathe in. And downward dog as you breathe out. Good, this time we'll bring our knees to the mat with the inhale. And then a regular child's pose as you exhale. So we'll settle back into stillness. And then just take a few moments to kind of settle in. Right, relax again the arms, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the back, the legs, and just notice what you can feel in your body. Can you feel your heart beating? Can you feel maybe some tingling or some sensation in your hands, or possibly the shoulders, or the chest, or the back, or the legs, or the toes, or the feet? And there's really nothing right or wrong to feel. It's just a matter of feeling, right? Moving out of the head space and down into the body and just connecting with this heart space. And so last breath here. And then with your next inhale, we'll come up into table. And downward dog as you exhale. This time we'll spend a few breaths in our downward dog. And you can stay here. You might want to pedal your feet out. You might want to twist or shift side to side. But again, just awareness in the body, feeling into new areas of the body, right? As we stretch and move and awaken different parts. Good. Maybe another round or so of breath in your downward dog. And then with your in-breath, we'll bring the knees to the mat again. And child's pose as you exhale. Right, so returning to where we just were, but just take a moment and notice what's new and different here. Right? Maybe the heart might be beating stronger or louder. Right? There might be a little warmth in the shoulders, or a little extra sensation in your hands or wrists or toes. Right? Again, nothing right or wrong to feel, just a matter of feeling. So one more breath here. And then with your inhale, we'll come up into table. And then we're going to do a little work in our table. So I'm going to bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to work with some balancing tables. So we'll extend the left leg back first. So left leg extends. Try not to drop down into your shoulder or into your belly, but kind of lifting up. And if you want to, you can extend your your right arm, or not. You can leave both hands grounded. But we'll take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, we'll round and tuck. So you tuck your tailbone, draw the knee in, elbow if it's lifted, and then again inhale and lengthen back out, and then exhale as you tuck and round. Again, breathe in, extend and lengthen. One more time, exhale, tuck and round, lift up between your shoulder blades, lengthen out as you inhale, and then everything down as you exhale. Take a few breaths for yourself here. You might want some movement. You might want to just rest in a child's pose, or you might want to stretch your wrists or your neck or your back, right? But just notice the sensations within the body. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides, coming back to your your table, right? Finding alignment, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then it's your right leg that extends back. Right? Option to extend your left arm or not, right? But from here, we'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, we'll tuck and round. So just like the cat, you'll press down through that right hand. Inhale, extend and lengthen out. And then again, exhale, round and tuck. Good. One more time. Breathe in, extend. Exhale, round and tuck. And this time we'll lengthen out with the inhale. And then everything down as you exhale, and just a couple of breaths again for yourself. Now you might come back to some cat-cow breaths. You might want to stretch your neck or your shoulders, your back, or again, sometimes stillness is best, and we just feel what's happening within our bodies. Good, and maybe another breath or so, and then we'll come back into our downward dogs. So tucking your toes, lift the knees, press into your hands, so you're moving your chest back towards the legs. Relax the neck. Good, one deep breath here. Good, and then it's nice and slowly bring your feet to the top of the mat. So coming to a standing forward fold. Right? With your in-breath, we'll lift up halfway. You might slide your hands up the shins, but pull shoulder blades together so your upper back is strong. And then exhale as you fold, relaxing neck and shoulders. Again, breathe in, lift up halfway. And then exhale as you fold. This time we'll come to stand. Inhale your arms all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart as you exhale. Good. Stay here. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe close your eyes, but notice what you feel in your body. Good. We'll do a half salutation. As you breathe in, lift your arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale as you fold. Come to stand. Inhale your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Inhale the arms up and then forward fold. Exhale slowly. Halfway lift with your in-breath. Nice long spine. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to stand. Lift your arms. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Good. And then pause here. Option to close your eyes or not, but notice what you feel in the body. Okay, maybe the heartbeat, maybe some warmth in the shoulders or the legs, chest. Again, feel into the soles of your feet, nice and grounded into the earth beneath you. Good, and then with your in-breath, lift the arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale as you fold, and then we'll spend a few breaths in our forward fold. So you're welcome to take a bind or not, right? But options are to bend your knees, maybe cross your hands into your elbows. Now you can take your peace fingers to your big toes, arms around your legs, hands behind the back, right? But wherever you are, make sure that your neck is not tense, your shoulders aren't tense, allow the head to drop, and then keep breathing slowly and smoothly. Good, last breath here. And then we'll come up to stand slowly. So release any arm binds you might have had. Maybe even bend your knees a little bit more. Right? And then maybe you keep your eyes closed. You roll up, rounding all the way up. So you stretch between your shoulders into your neck. Right? And then just pausing at the top. Again, feeling the energy within your body. Good. With your next in-breath, lift your arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to your mat as you breathe out. Plank with your inhale. And we'll lower all the way down with the exhale. We'll do a couple cobras here. So bring your hands under your elbows, forehead to the mat, and pull your elbows towards each other. As you inhale, we lift the head and shoulders up without crunching the neck. And then exhale, lower the forehead down. Again, as you breathe in, lift up. And then exhale, lower down nice and slowly. So we're using our back. You might even lift your hands up. Breathe in, lifting head and shoulders. And then exhale, lower down. Good. Make yourself comfortable. You might make a pillow with your hands, turn one cheek to the mat. Right, but just resting. Feel your heart beating. Feel the warmth in the upper body. Right, breathe deep and full. Maybe a cleansing breath where you inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth with the exhale. Good. Take one more breath here. Good. So for our cobra, we want to use our back and not our hands, right? So hands come underneath the elbows, right? And we'll pull the elbows towards each other. We'll do 3 more before we move on. So as you inhale, we lift the head and shoulders up with the back. So maybe the hands lift if you want, and then exhale, lowering back down. 2 more times. Inhale, we'll lift up. And then exhale, lower down slowly. Good. This time we'll inhale up to our cobra and then press into your hands and come back to your downward dog. So you'll roll over the knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath here, maybe a cleansing breath in through your nose. Open your mouth as you exhale. Good. Take one more breath here. Bring your feet to the top of your mat with your exhale, standing forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to stand, lifting your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Good, and then pause here. Again, option to close your eyes or not, but notice what you feel in your body. All right, try to steady the breath. All right, breathing in fully, bringing in oxygen and prana. Breathing out slowly to keep the body calm, the nervous system calm. All right, one more breath here. Head, and then with your in-breath, we'll lift both arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to your mat as you breathe out. Plank with your inhale. Lower down as you exhale. Cobra as you breathe in. Downward dog as you breathe out. Good. This time we'll take about 3 deep breaths here. Right, so again, you're active in your hands, but you're relaxed in the neck. So you're not tensing in the back of the neck. Allow the head to drop. Right, another breath here. And then with your next in-breath, let's lift right foot up towards the sky. Let's bend the knee and then stack the hips with the exhale. So you kind of roll that right hip open. Likely your right shoulder lifted, but try to lower your right shoulder back down. And try not to lift up on your left heel, but relax your left heel back down. And then breathe, right? So simple. Last breath here. And with your in-breath, we'll square the hips, straighten the leg, and then step to the top of the mat with your exhale. We'll find a crescent as you breathe in. So stay on the toes of your back foot. Lift your arms overhead. Good, and then exhale here. 2 more breaths. So we're opening up into the front of the left hip, opening up through the chest and the shoulders as well. Last in-breath. And then warrior 2 as you exhale. So you'll open hips and shoulders to face the wide side of the mat. Right toes face the front, left toes face the side. Right, as you inhale, straighten your leg, lift your arms overhead. And then with your exhale, come back to your warrior 2. So bend your knee, arms come to shoulder height. And then repeat that. As you inhale, straighten your leg, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knee, hands come to shoulder height. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to your warrior 2, and then stay here. Take 1 more breath in, a breath out, and then reverse warrior as you inhale. So right knee stays bent. You want to reach your right hand up to the sky. Left hand's reaching down towards the ground, so you're spreading between your shoulders. Last breath in here, and then as you exhale, we'll windmill the hands down to the mat. And then you can do whatever you want. You might want to flow back to your downward dog. You might want to go straight back to your child's pose and rest. You might want to stretch. You might want to strengthen. Again, your choice here. We'll take about 3-4 more breaths. And right, come back into breath. Right, steadying the breath, making your inhales full. Right, exhales are intentionally slow and smooth. Notice the heartbeat, notice the sensations within your body without really analyzing or judging them, but just noticing them. Right, so coming back into downward dog when you're ready, and then we'll work on the other side. But first, again, ground into your hands, right? Active in your hands and your arms, but again, relax your neck. So release the tension that we hold there. It's your left foot to the sky as you inhale. We'll bend the knee and then stack the hips as you exhale. We want 2 breaths in. Out slowly. Good. Relax your right heel down. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. And then it's a 3-legged dog as you breathe in. We'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Crescent with your in-breath. Again, steady here as you breathe out. So 2 more breaths. Right, we're opening up into the front of the hip, all the way up into the front of the body. 1 more breath in, and then warrior 2 as you breathe out. So your left foot will stay as it is, but the right toes will open to the wide side of the mat. And as you inhale, we'll straighten the leg, lift both arms overhead. And then exhale, bend your left knee, hands come out to shoulder height. And then again, 2 more times, we'll inhale, rising up. Exhale to your warrior 2. Last time, and maybe even close your eyes. Notice how you feel as you're moving. Right, this moving into the body. Good, and then stay here. Take 1 more breath in, breath out. And then it's reverse warrior as you inhale. Stay here as you exhale. All right, so 2 more breaths. We're bent into the left knee, but reaching the left hand up to the sky, right hand to the ground. Last in breath. And then hands windmill to the mat as you exhale. And you can do whatever you want from here. Right, you might want to stretch. You might want to flow. You might need stillness. You might need to strengthen and move some energy. And that's, again, part of our personal practice and how we can kind of work our personal practice into these group settings. Right, so maybe another 2 or so breaths. Maybe you're taking a cleansing breath where you open the mouth. As you exhale, releasing some heat, some stuff, right? But then after that, we breathe in deep and full, bring in prana, oxygen, energy. Good, so we'll come back to downward dog if you're not there already. And from your downward dogs, we'll take a breath in, bring your feet to the top of the mat as you exhale. So you can step or hop. It's a halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale as you fold. Come to stand as you inhale, lifting your arms. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Good, stay here, nice full breath. Again, try to come down into the body, noticing what you can feel within the body. Good, and then as you inhale, lift your arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands to your mat as you breathe out. Plank as you inhale, and then we'll pause in our plank with our exhales. So 2 more breaths in and out. Last breath in here. Lower down nice and slowly as you exhale. Cobra or upward dog as you breathe in, and then downward dog as you breathe out. Good. Take a deep breath here in your downward dogs. And then as you inhale, bring your knees to the mat. We'll come into a wide leg child's pose with the exhale. So knees might come out a little wider, maybe towards the edges of the mat, or not. It can just be a little bit more. And then forehead, try to release it down towards the ground. Arms can be up, they can bend. Sometimes threading your arms through your legs is nice in a wide leg child's pose, but again, that's up to you. Take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. Again, try to steady your breath. Make your inhale full. Breathing into your ribs and your back and the side of the body. Breathing all the way down into your belly and your lower back. Right, as you exhale, slowly releasing the breath in a nice, steady, smooth pace. Good, last breath here. And then we'll come back up into our tables. Right, and just take a few breaths in your table. You might come back to those cat-cow breaths. You might kind of circle or take the hips side to side. Good. I'm going to work with a little bit of twists from our tabletop. This is really good for upper back and thoracic spine stuff. So when I first did it, I didn't like it at all, but it's been really good for my body and a lot of my other students. So let's ground through the left hand. You're going to take your right fingertips behind the back of the head. As you breathe in, you'll reach your right elbow up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, rotate the elbow towards the opposite wrist. And then you'll repeat that. Inhale, elbow up towards the sky. And then exhale the elbow towards the opposite wrist. 2 more times. Breathe in, deep inhale. Exhale that smooth, steady exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale as you twist. This time we'll inhale, open the elbow up to the sky. And then exhale, reach the hand up to the sky. So you're going to extend that right arm. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, we'll thread the needle. So your right arm threads down so that your right shoulder comes down to the ground. The right side of the head comes down to the ground. So this is a twist and a shoulder stretch. You can adjust your left arm if you want to. You can extend it up towards the top of the mat. You can take it overhead, around your lower back. Again, all options. You can even just press that left hand into the ground, rotate the shoulder up. But wherever you are, breathe. Right? Breathe in slowly. Again, breathe out more slowly than your inhale and try to make it smooth and steady. Right, 1 more breath here. Good, and then you'll press into your left hand again. You can make your way out of this. And then just, again, a few rounds of breath just to do anything you want. Feel into your body. Maybe your eyes stay closed and you just kind of curiously explore where the sensations move to or how it feels. And then when you're ready, we'll come back into our table, grounding into the knees and your right hand. We'll take the left hand behind the back of the head. And as you inhale, reach the elbow up towards the sky. And then exhale, elbow to opposite wrist. And repeat that. Inhale, reach the elbow up to the sky. Exhale, elbow towards opposite wrist. 2 more times. Breathe in deep. Inhale, press down through that right hand. Exhale, twisting, drawing the left elbow across. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale as you twist. This time we'll reach the elbow up to the sky as you breathe in, and then the hand reaches up as you breathe out. Take one more breath in, and then we'll thread the arm down as you exhale so that the left shoulder comes down to the mat. Left side of the head comes down. Again, right hand can adjust if you want to stretch it out, reach it overhead, around the lower back, or even just press the palm into the ground, rotate the shoulder up. Relax your jaw, relax your face, relax your toes, and then move your breath, right? It's challenging, but it's a really powerful practice. Right? 2 more rounds. Good. Last breath here. And you can press into your right hand and slowly make your way out of this. Again, maybe your eyes stay closed, but just take a few rounds of breath to get maybe some organic or somatic movement. Maybe you just find stillness. Maybe you stretch. Maybe you strengthen. Again, up to you, but what's important is just to come into you. Good. So maybe another breath or so, and this time we'll meet in a downward dog when you're ready to move on. So we'll tuck the toes, lift the knees, then press into your hands so we're open through the heart and the chest space. Heels relax towards the ground, neck relaxes, head towards the ground. Take another breath in. Bring your feet to the top of your mat as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale as you fold. Come to stand as you inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Good. Stay here for a breath. Maybe you close your eyes, but notice what you feel in the body. Good. And then relax your hands down. Let's turn sideways. You can turn either way. We're just going to do a few wide leg forward folds. So step the feet out pretty wide. You want the toes to face the wide side of the mat so they're not externally or internally rotated. Right? Hands can come to your hips, and you want to press down through your feet so you're not rolling to the outsides or the insides of your feet, but really grounded through the feet. Hands to your hips, take a breath in, lengthen up, and then hinge forward as you exhale. Good. Once you're all the way down, relax your neck. Crown of the head is reaching towards the ground. And then you can release your hands. Maybe they come down to the ground. Maybe they come down just to the calves or the ankles. Right, but maybe 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out nice and slowly. Again, slowing the exhale, smoothing the exhale. Last breath here. Good, and then we'll slowly come back up to stand. And you might bend your knees a little bit before you come up if you like, but slowly come up. Right, and once you're at the top, take a moment. Again, just feel the sensations within the body. Maybe some lightheadedness, maybe, again, sensations in the arms or the legs or the feet. Doesn't matter, just a matter of noticing. Good, so we're going to do 1 more of those folds. Option if you want to. We didn't do a lot of heart opening stuff, but if you want, some of you might want to interlace hands and kind of fold forward like this. That might be too much. So either way, hands can be behind the back, or you can bring your hands to your hips. But we'll take an in-breath and then fold forward as you exhale. Again, we want to lengthen through the spine here. Right? If your hands were on your hips, you can take them to any other variation if you want to bring them to the ground or to the ankles. If your hands were interlaced behind you, they're lifting up off the lower back, so you're opening up the shoulders as well. Try for 2 more breaths in any arm variation you like. Again, slowing the exhale, smoothing the exhale, and then breathing in full and deep after that. Good, last breath here. And then we'll slowly come back up to stand. And taking a moment for yourself, noticing again how you feel within your body. Good, and then you can kind of heel toe your feet back together, and then we'll come back to mountain pose at the top of the mat. And again, take a moment, grounding into your feet. Right? Strong in your legs, strong in your core, open through the heart and the chest space. Good, and then as you inhale, lift your arms overhead. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift as you inhale. Hands to your mat with your exhale. Plank as you breathe in. Lower down as you breathe out. Cobra or upward dog. Inhale, lift head and shoulders. Downward dog as you exhale. Good. Maybe 2 or so breaths here. In slowly. Out slowly. Good. 1 more breath here. And then we'll lift the right foot to the sky again with our in-breath. Bend the knee and stack the hips as you exhale. Just 1 breath in here. 1 breath out. 3-legged dog as you inhale. We'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Let's find our crescent again. Breathing in, staying on the toes of the back foot, lifting the arms overhead. Good. Exhaling here. Nice. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bring the left hand down to the ground. My right hand reaches up to the sky. So we're twisting, rotating the heart, the shoulder up towards the sky, melting the hips down towards the ground, activating through that left leg so you're pressing out through your left heel. Last in-breath, and then both hands come down as you exhale. Again, several breaths for yourself. You might want to flow. Again, you might want to just rest in a child's pose. You might just want to lay. You might need more movement. Totally up to you. Right? And this is, again, our time to just kind of come back into body, noticing what we can feel, and knowing that this practice is really healthy for our minds. Right? As we move away from the external thinking, we just come into the body and kind of into being. Right? So another round or so of breath where you are. And then we'll meet in our downward dogs again. So again, we're active in our hands, yet we are relaxed in the neck, so the head can drop, the jaw can relax. And then the left foot reaches to the sky as you inhale. Bend the knee and stack the hips as you exhale. Take a deep breath in here. Slow breath out. 3-legged dog as you inhale. We'll step to the top of the mat with the exhale. Find your crescent as you breathe in. So stay on the toes of the back foot as you lift your arms overhead. Exhale here. Good. 2 more breaths. So again, we're opening up into the front of the hip, up into the heart. Last in-breath, and then it's your right hand down to the ground, or even a block here as you exhale. You want to rotate your left shoulder up towards the sky. So not just the hand, but the left shoulder, opening the heart up towards the sky. Last in-breath here. Both hands come down as you exhale, and then again, that time for yourself. You might want some movement, you might need some stillness, and just noticing, again, what you need here, and then taking time to do that. Let's see, maybe another 2 or 3 breaths, and steadying the breath out. Good. And then from here, we'll meet in a seated posture when you're ready. So we'll bring the knees or their feet around, bringing your soles of your feet together for a Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together. When you inhale and kind of lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, pulling your heart forward. And then once you can't go anymore, then you want to round through your upper spine. So the head kind of drops, the shoulders kind of round forward, and this stretches all the way through your back, which is hard to get into sometimes. So now we breathe in slowly and fully, and then breathe out extra slowly and completely. Just 1 more breath here. Right, inhale fully. Again, your exhale should be longer, slower than your inhale. And then with your next in-breath, you can lift your head back up. And again, just a moment for yourself. Sometimes stillness is really nice. Sometimes we need a little bit of movement, right? But again, awareness inwards. I will extend both legs out when you're ready, and we'll do a seated forward fold. So both legs are stretched straight out in front of you. And again, we want to kind of sit up tall with our inhale. And then kind of arch forward. So you're pulling the heart out, pulling the heart forward. And then once you can't go anymore, then we round all the way. And then that stretches from the tailbone, maybe up into your shoulder blades, possibly kind of up into your neck. Right? And then inhale, deep and full. Your core should expand like a balloon, and you might feel a little extra stretch in your back or your ribs or someplace. Right, as you exhale, you slowly exhale with a nice smooth exhale, and try to relax and kind of soften a bit as you breathe out. Okay, just 1 more breath here. And then with your in-breath, you can lift your head back up. And then again, just a few moments for yourself here. You might want some movement, maybe some stillness. I recommend having your eyes closed and just noticing how you feel. Good, we're gonna move to our backs next. So when you're ready, you can come to lay on your back. You can ground into your feet so your knees will be bent, feet grounded. Arms can come to your sides with a little bit of space between your arms and your ribs. Kind of like Shavasana arms, so a little external rotation of your arms. And just take a moment, maybe you close your eyes and just really relax through your back and through your chest and through your heart space and your belly. Just really allowing the ground to support you here. And take one more breath, breathing into your core, feeling it expand like a balloon, and then exhaling and emptying completely, right? Getting all that breath and stale energy out. And we'll bring our knees into our chest here, hands to your kneecaps in a nice gentle movement. We call this Apanasana. So with your inhale, we'll just straighten the arms, the knees move away. And then as you exhale, you can bend your elbows, bring your knees into your chest. So really gentle. As you inhale, we slowly move the knees away. Exhale, very, very slowly bring your knees back to your body. Good. One more time, your eyes may be closed. Be sure your jaw is relaxed and your feet are relaxed and even your legs are relaxed. Good. And then from here, you can rest your hands and feet down to the ground. And then just a moment there. Again, notice what you feel in your legs and in your hips and your arms and your hands. Good. And then you can gently kind of sway the knees side to side. We're going to loosen up around the hips and around the lower back, right, to kind of rock the knees side to side, allowing the pelvis to kind of rock side to side. Good, and then we'll come back to center. And then bring your knees into your chest. And we'll continue with some twists. So we'll open the arms out to the sides at a T. Okay, we'll take a breath in here. And then knees move to the left as you exhale. With your in-breath, we'll come back through center. So breathe in as you bring your knees back through center. Take your knees to your right as you exhale nice and slowly. And we'll do this a couple more times. As you inhale, you move through the center. And then to your left as you exhale nice and slowly. And then back through center. Breathe in. Knees to your right as you breathe out. We'll do this one more time each side. So maybe close your eyes. Move at your own breath pace. Keep your jaw relaxed. Keep your feet relaxed. Feel how your body may stretch as you move. Good. And then once you complete your right side, you'll come back into the center. And then we'll stretch the left leg out along the mat. So left heel stretches out along the mat. You'll take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Take an inhale here, and then take your knee over to the left as you exhale, coming into your twist. So nice deep twist here, opening through the right side of the body, right? But we're relaxing the jaw, relax your shoulder, your hands, your feet, and then try to breathe, right? Your breath in is full still. Your breath out is so slow and complete and nice and steady. Couple more rounds, right? Breathe in. We kind of stretch the body from the inside out. As we exhale, again, we slowly relax, releasing any contraction as we breathe out. Last breath here. I may have said that already. One more round. And then whenever you're finished with your exhale, you can make your way out of this with an inhale. And then just, again, a couple breaths to do whatever you like. You might take a little movement. You might just find some stillness. You might counter stretch, or again, whatever you like. Maybe keeping your eyes closed and just discovering what it is that you need or like here. Good. We'll bring both knees into the chest again when you're ready. Kind of just resetting the pelvis here. And then we'll extend the right leg out along the mat. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee and then open your left arm out to your left side, shoulder height. It's an inhale, and then you twist with the exhale, taking your knee over to the right. And then it's a few breaths. Likely you're contracted here, so check in with your jaw, your throat, your shoulder, even your arms, your hands relax. your belly, your leg, your toes. And then try to breathe in nice and full. Again, exhale nice and slow. Maybe 2 more breaths here. And you might have your eyes closed and just feel what happens as you inhale. Where does the sensation change? Right, as you exhale, is the breath a little gaspy or a little choppy? Right, can you possibly refine it or smooth it a bit? Good, last breath here. Good, sometimes there's a little extra breath at the bottom, like we can just exhale, get a little extra, and get it out. Good, and when you're ready, you can come back to center. Get a moment for yourself. You can do whatever you like. Maybe you just find stillness and you feel how the energy shifts and moves about within your body. Maybe you take some movement to help that energy move on. Right? So your choice. When you're ready, we'll bring knees to chest, hands to your kneecaps, and we'll do a little bit of fascia work where you might rock side to side, you might do circles with your knees, but bring your awareness around your lower back and your sacrum area. And just kind of move your legs in a way that massages and feels good around that area. And sometimes I'll take one knee out and kind of circle it out so I can get around the hip socket or the outside of the hip. Sometimes I'll pull the knees in more to get higher up on my back. And sometimes I'll take the knees farther away to get down towards the tailbone more. So again, just maybe another breath or so. This is really good. Fascia kind of builds up here. It gets kind of hard. We lose mobility. We have a lot of pain. So we just do this little movement. It's really good. Right, so when you're ready, you can come back to center. And then just rest your hands and feet down to the ground. And take a moment there. Feel the energy, the sensations within your body, maybe in the sacrum area or throughout the rest of your core, your arms, your legs. And then I'm going to do a hip opener, so bringing the soles of your feet together and opening your knees out away from each other. So opening inner thighs and hips. You can take your hands or your arms wherever feels best for you today, right? Today might be different than yesterday or even earlier today, possibly. So noticing how you feel now, you can take the arms overhead or to the body, to the sides. But again, maybe you close your eyes and just relax face, jaw, neck, shoulders, chest, belly, arms, legs. And then really, really important part of the practice is the breath, right? So keep breathing in slowly, out slowly. Right? The way that our brains have evolved in this point of evolution is that when we're stressed, whether it's physical or mental or emotional stress, our bodies tense up and we quit breathing. Right? It's a self-protection mode. It's served us well, but we have evolved out of this. We have safe homes. We have plenty of food. Even though things are weird now, we still are better off than many other people in this world. So we need to kind of help our brains catch up. And by tapping into breath, we let our brains and our nervous system know that we're safe now. We're okay now, right? By slowing the exhalation down and realizing, right, we're okay right now. And the brain kind of moves out of fight or flight, and we begin to feel more peaceful, and we feel more content and just more joyful in our lives. Right? So last breath where you are. And then you can come out of this and again, just a few moments to again explore this space. You may find stillness, you might need a little bit of movement. It's all okay, but noticing what you need and how you feel is a really, really huge, well, noticing how you feel first is huge, and then noticing what you need is even huger. Than having the courage to do something about it is even huger. So when you're ready, bring your knees back into your chest, hands to your kneecaps, and again, maybe a little bit of circling or rocking, but again, massaging around your sacrum and around your tailbone, this kind of the base of our spine. Right? Maybe another breath like this. And then let's bring our knees, actually no, go ahead and lower your hands and feet down to the ground just for a moment here. Excuse me. I'm getting a tickle in my throat. Alright, so we're going to do 3 rounds of dynamic bridge pose. So you'll bring your feet in close to your buttocks, hip distance, hands at your sides, palms face down. As you inhale, you'll lift your hips up and take your hands overhead so the backs of the hands touch the ground above you. As you exhale, bring your hips and hands back down, but try to roll down one vertebrae at a time, which is hard. Right, we'll do that again. As you breathe in, we lift the hips and hands up, opening into the front of the body. As you exhale, rounding down nice and slowly. Again, closing your eyes helps to kind of move inwards. Good, one more round. And as you breathe in, you'll lift up. pressing into the heels and the toes. As you exhale, try to round down through your upper spine, so kind of between your shoulder blades, round through the middle back, try to round through the lower back, tailbones last to touch. And then a nice deep breath here. Right, maybe you can feel your heart beating stronger, faster, or louder. You might have extra sensation in the legs or the glutes. Good. And then knees come into chest. This time we'll extend the feet towards the sky, arms overhead as you inhale, back so the hands touch the ground. And then exhale, knees to your chest, hands down to your sides. Right, and this we'll do again. As you inhale, we kind of stretch to the backs of the legs as you kind of press your heels towards the sky. And then exhale, relax your feet, relax your face as you bring knees to chest, arms to the sides. One more round. Nice full breath in. Nice slow, smooth breath out. And then you can relax your hands and feet down to the ground. And again, just a moment here. Your eyes might be closed. Notice the sensations, the energy within your body, knowing that this is a really healthy mental practice, just to come into body and into being and feeling. Good. So, and it takes practice. Good. So from here, we'll come into our happy baby pose. So you'll bring your knees to your chest, and then take them out towards your armpits, and then you'll open the feet up towards the sky, and you might reach up just for the calves or the ankles. Maybe you reach for the outside edges of the feet, but try to keep your shoulders grounded. Try to keep the back of your neck long. And then breathe. Now you can be still, or you might rock a bit side to side. You might close your eyes, feel where you might be contracted again in jaw or throat or chest or belly or toes, right? And try to relax any of those areas that don't need to be tense. And then maybe another round or so of breath, right? Deep inhales, breathing into your belly, into your back, maybe into your hips. And then exhaling, again, slow, slow, complete breaths out. Good. And when you're ready, you can release this. Again, just a few moments just to feel. You can be still, you can take movements, but again, might be some sensations in the legs or the toes or the arms or the head or the back or the front. Good. Our next pose together will be our Shavasana. So you're welcome to add in anything else you might like before Shavasana. But I will give you the cues for Shavasana so you know where to go when you're ready. Right? So Shavasana cues are to have your legs extended out along your mat, a little wider than hip distance. Right? You allow your toes to kind of roll outwards for a little external rotation of your legs. Arms come to the sides with a little bit of space between your arms and your ribs. And you might even kind of tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body a bit so that your chest and your heart space is open, where it's usually kind of contracted and rounded forward. So we just kind of allow gravity to kind of open up through our collarbones, through our throat, through the chest space here. And if you have any discomfort, you can adjust, right? We don't want to be uncomfortable, so you can make any adjustments so you feel better. But then once you're settled, just allow the eyes to close. And allow your breath to find its own rhythm. We no longer can slow the breath or control the breath anymore. We did throughout our practice, that was our work, right? And that was intentional to prepare the body, to calm the body and the mind, right? But now it's time to just rest, right? No more doing. And we just come into being, which is difficult, but very, very healthy and really necessary for our minds and our bodies. So the practice is to scan your body. Look for any areas of contraction. So the jaw may be tense. Maybe you can relax and allow some space between your teeth. Relax into your forehead and the space between your eyebrows. Relax into your temples. Relax into the space behind your ears. Right, relax down your neck, into your shoulders, into your arms. Right? You can relax all the way down your spine. So feel at the top of your spine, all the way through your neck, through your middle spine, your lower spine, all the way down into your tailbone. And maybe you can imagine some like relaxing sensations or hormones or chemicals just being released out of your spine into your core and all the way into your extremities of your body. So you might feel this like relaxing sensation flowing out of your spine into your core, into your arms, your hands, your legs, your toes. And the body just completely relaxes. And then for the next several moments, the mind will continue to want to work. And that's okay, it can work, but it's our choice where we place our attention. Whether we place it on the working mind, or if we send our attention or awareness back into our bodies and we just come into feeling, right? So can we feel the heartbeat? Can we feel the blood pumping through the arms and through the legs and the fingers and the toes? Can you feel maybe your digestive system working? And can you feel maybe the ground beneath you or the air around you, right? We just come back into feeling without really judging it or analyzing it or even making any sense of what we're feeling, right? We just come into feeling, no more. Right? And this is really, really, really healthy for our brains and our minds and our hearts and our bodies. Right? So you'll probably find yourself thinking again, and that's okay. But when you do, just notice what the thoughts are and then simply come back to feeling. Likely you're contracted. So again, relax and relax again. The hands, the jaw, maybe the face or the toes. Right? Maybe the left hip is tense or the right glute is tense. Who knows, right? We just come back to exploring and relaxing, right? And just being in this body, these miraculous bodies that we have. One more moment where you are. And taking a moment again, just bringing awareness back to the ground beneath you, the space around you. And then bringing your awareness back into your body and just see if you can spread your attention evenly throughout your whole body. See if you can feel it all together. And as you're holding your body and your awareness, cultivate some gratitude, some joy, some appreciation, whether it's for something, some person, some experience, but something, right? Allow this joy, this gratitude, this appreciation to fill up your entire body, to spread all the way through your body. And this energy works its way out of the body into the space around you and literally affects the space around you. So whenever you're ready, you can bring small movements back into your fingers and your toes. And you can stretch into your hands and your feet and your arms and your legs. And whenever you're ready, you can bend your knees and make your way to lie on either side. Coming into the fetal position for a breath or so. And taking your time. When you're ready, you can press back up to seated. Bringing your hands to your heart and thanking yourself for your practice. And I thank each of you for your practice because you literally affect not only your own space, but the space around you. So in your way, you're doing your part to change the world. So I thank you so much. Namaste.